Look at this small lift. Oh my gosh. Crazy, right? Yeah, welcome to program. I'm still in Rio, still alive. Check it out. Still in Rio, still alive, my friend. Okay, look at this shit, everything is fucked up. You know the feeling like people tell you, no, you have depression, you can do it, like, but they don't see, they don't see that today I just went to find a lavadora, how you call it in English? The fucking, laundry to make my clothes. And it takes me a lot of energy, just to go there, then the clothes was falling down, look at my grocery, I take the fucking banana, it fall down, the bread, these little things, like people don't see it. People like, hey, this guy, you got 2 hands, you got 2 legs, it's no problem, right? What they don't see, we are crippled inside. They don't see it, you see. They don't see that our soul has no 2 legs, or our soul is limping. That's why your hand is limping, or your hand doesn't work, like I have no hand. But my soul is, you don't see it, how my brain is damaged. You see, when I have a good days, I wake up, I do my shit. But when I have a bad days, people say, no, there is a lot of medication. Yeah, like I can hear my fucking stupid mother saying like, no, go to doctor. I've been to many doctors, especially in Czech Republic, right? They get me, addicted me on Rivotril, clomazepam, on Valium, fucking cunts. It took me 3-4 years to shake it down, and I try everything. I try Lexapro, Venlafaxine, Velbrutin, fucking Buspiron. Okay, not everything, but I try 4th generation, 5th, the 3rd one, Susarai, of course. I try the Prozac, or how you call it, that other shit. And you know how is it? It's like you undergoing operation which takes 2 months without anesthesia. Not 2 hours or 2 days. 2 months operation without anesthesia. And imagine that, let's say your backbone is broken. And they say, okay, we can treat it with 2 months operation. When we change your antidepressants, and we will see in 5, 6, 7 weeks if it works. But meanwhile, we have to keep open the wounds. We will just operate your backbone 2 months. Would you do it? Would you guns? And then we will see if other antidepressants will work. Would you go through it? I gone through this operation 4 or 5 times. I changed my medication. And I know this medication, this combination what I'm taking is not perfect, but I'm simply so much traumatized to try another medication. And I know the most, I don't know how about you, but what made me most desperate is when my psychiatrist look at me and she's like, let's try something else. And you see that they don't know. I talked to the psychiatrist in Vienna, in neighboring country where I live, and they are not such animals like in Czech Republic, because I stated, and I will state it in every video, Czech Republic has the second worst psychiatric care in the whole European Union. I almost died in Czech Republic. I was hospitalized there in fucking Černovice in Brno. It almost killed me. And I'm not joking, and I don't think so there is a point to explain what I gone through if you didn't gone through medical psychiatric care in animal 4th worst country. I'm a political asylum seeker from Czech Republic, but They say this democratic country, why we should give you some asylum? And, everybody who was trying to deal with some medical issues in Czech Republic, in psychiatric, you know, sphere or dimension should be approved for asylum seeking, and not even in psychiatrists. So they are I visited 55 countries plus. I've been living in 7 countries. I never met such a evilish people. Even Heydrich, they occupied Czech Republic. So when he was going in Czech Republic, he says that he look at the people, these prominent, fearless, psychopathic Nazis. He look at them and he says they are smiling monsters. Anyway, I wanna finish what I said. When I talk to my idiotic Czech psychiatrist, she don't talk. She doesn't talk. First of all, she's like quiet. She doesn't talk. She's herself depressed, So, and then in Austria, I talked to one, and she told me, "We really don't know. We don't know how it works. We're just following the manual. I don't need to talk to these idiots. I can prescribe it myself. I know. First they give you SSRI. When the SSRI doesn't work, they give you this. Then they go force. Then give you NSR, the fourth one like venlafaxine, right? Cymbalta. They just following the manual. They don't know nothing. They know what we know. And this is the biggest trauma which I had. And the biggest despair is that I can see that the medical professionals don't know how to treat it, and they don't know how the antidepressant works. And it gives me such a tremendous fear. And it's like, like doctor would say, hey, let's operate your backbone, and then your hands and legs will work normally. Now you are like 50% immobile. You invalid. You cannot. Your hands are you cannot walk. Sometimes you stop. So imagine the metaphor that my backbone, the bone, is broken or damaged, and they have to operate it. But they have to do it 2 months or 7-8 weeks without anesthesia. Would you gone through it? Because this going through 7-6 weeks of changing antidepressant is like going through tremendous pain every fucking single minute and day, and you have to remove. It's terrible, And so I'm doing the Wellbrook, I'm doing 3 pills of 150 milligrams, Wellbrook. First I started with venlafaxine, Velaxine, 150 milligrams. I don't know if you how they call it in other languages, in other, so venlafaxine is the 4th generation. There is more, it looks like my brain pairs and more needs more adrenaline and noradrenaline, because SSRI like Cypralex, which is in international, I think they call it Lexapro, and Prozac, they don't work for me, I mean, they work 1 year. First year when I was diagnosed in age of 26, I'm 41, it worked great first year, but then it stopped working. So I'm doing this around 7 years. The venlafaxine, I was on and off it, and they put me on Lexapro as well, or for Prozac 2 years. It didn't work totally, I almost died. But it didn't work, so I was doing 2 tablets. It's 400 milligrams, and then I put 1/2, so I was 400, so I was 200, 400, I was on 400, 550, I did 500 milligrams. It didn't work out, it didn't work. Then I was doing buspirone twice per day, 10 milligrams or even 3 times, and it didn't work. I was in terrible depressions. And then I add Elontril, Wellbrook, 150 milligrams. But my idiotic doctor didn't agree. She says, no, it creates epileptic spasms. No, we cannot give it to you. So I get it to myself because she's an idiot. And after 3 pills, I put 1. I felt effect. I put 2. I felt much more. I put 3. And I felt really the maximum dose. So I'm doing venlafaxine, Elontril, buspirone, peaceful. This is happening to me every day, today, because And then I'm doing Ketilept, which is quiet tipping. I'm doing two. I used to do only two, 25 milligrams, but now I'm doing 3 or 4 per sleep. And this was given to me like a substitution of Valium, which I was addicted on. And yeah, this is it. I get rid of after 4 years addicted to Valium. Before I was addicted to Rivotril, which did my previous Czech doctor, fucking pig, who gave it to me, and she didn't tell me that benzodiazepines are highly addicted. I knew it, but she told me, no, you will take it off. After 1 year, she says, take it off. I couldn't. She says, you should. And then I said, I can't, I'm addicted. She says, okay. And then after 1 year, I put it off. Took it off, and she says, you did it? You're really good. It's one of the hardest drugs to put it down. Take it off. Stupid cunt. And she told me if I will not take his medications, she will call special police units, SWAT in Czech Republic, and they point the weapons at me. They will hold me up. They will hold me up in the middle of night in my apartment, and they will, she says, I will call special units on you. Police, if you don't take these pills. That's what she told me. Welcome to Czech Republic. Right? So, but I escaped Czech Republic 13 years ago from other reasons as well, like because it's a diabolic country. And then because of Sana, I moved to Philippines, and my mental situation was the best because there were great massages, and I was married. My wife was crazy, but she had a son. I was a father, and it was great part of my life. I was stepfather, but you cannot win with this disease. Then I live in Cyprus, Sri Lanka. I went back to Austria. I was in Canada 1 year, Miami 6 months. I finished here in South America, in Copacabana. First thing what I saw, that I jumped down when I see this balcony. Wow, you have a nice neighbor. Yeah, so I was in Dominican Republic, I was in Ecuador, I was in Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Chile, Argentina, Uruguay. Now I'm in Brazil. And traveling works. It really works for depression, because always when I moved some country, it was like a ritual that I'm moving the depression behind. And that what worked was as well food and sex, because this creates oxytocin and adrenaline and dopamine. But now I had a flu, because in Uruguay it was very cold, and I got weakened, mentally, and I really don't feel good, psychologically, because the flu really made me tired, and the condition I'm living with, I'm running out of money, because who's sending me the money? Fucking my mother, of course. I'm not able to make money. I'm not able to make it. If you put a bullet to my head, the pistol, and say go and find a job, I won't find it. I would just lie like these homeless people on the street. But nobody sees it. You see, I cannot explain it because I look normal. But inside I'm damaged. This depression is a terrible disease, tricky one. And you are like, you can do it. It's okay. Hey, there is the world there. Everything is okay. Why don't you do it? Go out, go on the beach, find a work, start some business, find some woman, marry, get kids, and you like, hey, let's do it. And then you realize you can't, because you are depressed. And this is something I will never explain it to nobody. Only you understand what I'm talking about if you suffer from depression. Because everything expires in depression. Everything expires. Every euphoria, every idea, every inspiration, every impulse, everything gets broken very fast. And that's how it is. Of course, you can use your will and force yourself, but you find out you give up sooner or later, and you know it in the moment when you're starting. You give up because you are fucked. Don't let nobody tell you how you feel. You know it best. People will, I'm sure people trying to tell you fight it with your will, do this, do that. But they have no solution. Even doctors tell you, we don't know how it works. We know there are side effects. We don't know. We don't know. Nobody knows nothing. You know, if somebody asks me what I would do rather, is to let my hand cut off without anesthesia, or have a depression whole life, or have a perfectly okay nerves, and now somebody will come and they will have to by chainsaw cut off my hand without fucking blink of my eye. I would say, hey, please come here, cut it off right now. I would be so happy. I would not even, I would gone through the pain to cut it off. The physical pain is nothing for me. Nothing. Then I would have some protheses, or I would learn how to work with one hand. I would be waiter with one hand. But I would have the good nerve system. I would smile, man. And when I will have a bad mood, I will have bad, and then I will have good. I remember like a kid, I have good days and bad days. I love it. I enjoy even the bad days because I knew the good one will come. Now I don't know how to look like good days. Good days are days for me where I make it out of the bad. Yeah. Good days. Life is miserable entity, you know. Problem is, the scientists find out that the life is 80 times more unpleasant than pleasant. 80 times. And it fits. But if you have a good nerve system, you can figure it out. That's all what I wanted to tell you. June the 2nd, 2024, Copacabana, Rio de Janeiro.